Hello everyone, welcome back to DIY Beauty on Purpose. My name is Leonette and today I am bringing you 5 absolutely beautiful farmhouse DIY wall decor. Alright, so for this DIY, I am going to take this thrifted sign. My mother-in-law actually found it at the thrift store and brought it to me, and she wants me to make her a custom wall decor for her home. So I'm going to give it a nice, good clean, and then I'm going to give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white.
I wish I had a little more time with you, baby. Time to figure out what this could be. I dreamt of a life in a small town that wasn't enough for you somehow. I just wish I had a little more time with you, baby. Weeks and months and years they passed, and I knew it wouldn't last. When tears
Alright, so now I am going to use some painter's tape to create a border. I am going to just freehand it. I'm not going to measure it, but it's going to be about a ½ inch thick, and it's going to go all around the board. To avoid any bleed through, I am going to first paint the stripe using the same paint, which is Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white. Let it dry, and then I am going to use Waverly ink chalk paint to then have the black line. I learned this trick watching Natalie from Designs to the Nine, and it works really well for her. Now I did get just one little bleed through in one corner, but no big deal. Once it dried, I was able to fix it with just more white paint. Using my Cricut, I cut the phrase Avalos Family Farms, which is my mother-in-law's last name, and I am just going to place it right on top as well as the bottom, and then in the center we're going to have some horses, again using the Cricut design space for those. And once I have those guys, we'll be done. This one turned out, it's very simple, but it's so massive. It's very big, and I'm so happy I was able to do this for her, and I know she loves horses, so it'll be nice for her to have in her home. Alright, for this next DIY, we are going to use this Dollar Tree puzzle, and I am going to remove, of course, the plastic liner and the pieces that were in the front. I flipped it over and now I am going to give it 2 coats of Waverly chalk paint in the ink. Once it was dry, I am going to smooth it out just a bit using a 220 grit sandpaper from the Dollar Tree and dust it off really well. I am now going to use a glue stick and just place glue all over the back. We're going to cover those spots there, and we're going to use some felt fabric from the Dollar Tree and make sure it's nicely trimmed on the side so it looks very nice. And using my Cricut, once again, I cut out the phrase, "but first coffee," and I'm going to place it right in the center. I then cut a piece of trim. This is a 1x1 trim that I had already on hand. I cut 4 pieces after I measured and knew what I needed to cut using my miter saw. And here I'm just kind of measuring, making sure that it all fits. Then I'm going to attach it using wood glue and brad nails. I had a little bit of wood glue dry and it had like a glossy kind of look. So I'm just gonna just cover it up or touch it up with some more black paint. And then I'm gonna take this Artisa marker and I'm just going to do the eye or the dot in the eye because it was missing and then steam from the coffee. And I think it turned out super, super cute. A quick reminder that this month's giveaway is going to be a fabric cutting mat with rotary cutter. And all you have to enter is watch and comment in any video in February of 2021 to enter. And also don't forget that every month I'll be sending out free monthly printables. So if you have not joined our email list, I encourage you to do so. The link is down in the description box. Alright guys, so for this next DIY, I am going to take this round plaque from the Target dollar spot. It was $3 and it's actually a pretty good size. I'm going to remove the jute twine as you see me doing here, and then I am going to tape a couple of spots, one on the bottom and one on the top, and then I am going to give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum milk paint in the Highline blue.
Sailors passing on the street, are you ready for peace? Ships are filling up fast.
I am now going to tape over the blue section, and I am going to make a couple thicker lines, and I am going to stain them using Waverly Antiquing Wax and then removing them just to give it a little bit more of a stain antique look.
Ready for ease? Forget bad memories and leave those hurting knees behind. Birds are filling up the sky, are you willing to try? Sing along as they hum and be fulfilled. Many more will come, many more under the sun.
And I did get a little bit of bleed through on this one as well. So to fix it, I did use a wet rag to remove it, and a lot of it removed. Now it was not perfect, and it was one of those moments where I just thought if I keep trying to fix it, I think I'm just going to make it worse. So I just left it as is. It's by all means is not perfect, but I think it still turned out really, really cute. Using my Cricut, I cut out the word welcome and replaced the O with a paw, which I think is super cute. And I'm going to place it towards the bottom of the sign, and it's going to be a little bit of on a tilted kind of angle. And then I am going to make a greenery or a flower, I guess, like a little swag for the top. I'm going to use these greeneries. This is from the Target dollar spot. And then I'm going to use some baby's breath that I got on Amazon, and just to kind of add a little bit of a white tone to it. And then I'm going to join everything together using some jute twine and hot glue it to the top.
We will keep it steady. We will be the confetti. If we fail, we just reboot.
Using this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, I'm going to make a very simple bow, tie it in the center with some jute twine, and hot glue it to the center of the floral. And then I am going to take more of that same ribbon, and I'm just going to cut a piece. It's maybe about 12 inches, maybe 14 or so. And I'm just going to loop it on the back, hot glue it, and that's going to be where we can hang it from. And guys, it is really hard to pick a favorite, but I think this one might be one of my favorites. I love the colors. I love how fresh and crisp it looks, and it's just so cute. I love it.
Grass is greener on this side. Are you ready for new? New beginnings, new pride. Let your spirit shine through. Many more will come, many more under the
My friends, I would love to connect with you on Instagram if you have an Instagram account. I post there daily, multiple times a day, share photos, behind the scenes, and video clips. So if you have an account, check out the link down in the description box and follow me. Alright, for this next DIY, I am going to take this Dollar Tree bunny sign and remove the little bunny tails. Then I'm going to sand off most of the glitter. I'm not looking for perfection. I just need most of it to be a little bit more smoother than what it is. dust it off really well. And then I am going to take more of that glue from that glue stick, put it all over the sign, and then I'm going to use a stock paper that I got at Michael's, and I'm just going to glue it. Now you're going to see that not all of it was covered, but I am going to then piece it together using the scrap that was left over.
I saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way, and it's kind of strange. Don't even know your name.
This welcome wooden sign I got at the Target dollar spot. I'm just going to spray paint it using Rust-Oleum spray paint in a flat white. I am now going to drill on the same area where the holes were already there, but I'm just going to make them a little bit bigger and making sure that it goes through the other side. I am then going to take some jute twine, add a little bit of painter's tape just so that I can thread it through the holes, knot them in the front, and then I'll have something to hang the sign from. I'm now going to attach the wooden welcome using hot glue and place it towards the bottom of the sign, giving it a little bit of a tilt. Using some Dollar Tree florals, I'm now going to make a little bundle just to hot glue it there to the right side of the sign. I'm going to join them together using some jute twine, attach it, and then we'll be done with this one, guys. Another beautiful one, and so simple and so inexpensive. For this next DIY, I am going to start here with this Dollar Tree little chalkboard sign. I am going to give it 3 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white, only on the chalkboard portion of it. I'm going to leave the rest in that natural wood tone. I am now going to take this wreath from the Target dollar spot. It was $3. I'm going to remove the ribbon as well as the tag, and then I'm going to start separating the little branches, just making it a little bit bigger. I want this wreath to have a little bit more fullness and look or seem a little bit bigger. So I'm going to take these Dollar Tree leaves and I'm going to start placing them right in between the branches of the wreath, hot gluing them in place and making sure it looks as natural as possible.
Put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along, and I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment, can we stay here forever, I'm loving this moment, can we stay here together.
Using my Cricut, I cut out the phrase, "It's so good to be home." I'm going to place it right in the center of the little sign. I'm going to loop this buffalo check black and white ribbon from the Dollar Tree. Just knot it and then just making sure that the knot falls towards the bottom and the back of it. That way I can hang the wreath from there. I am now going to hot glue the little sign right in the center of the wreath. Now I am just making sure that the sign falls right in it, but I want it to look like the sign has been there and this wreath is just all growing all around it. So I want it to really be snug right in between all the leaves and all the little branches. So using hot glue, I'm going to hot glue it, and then I'm going to make sure that the branches and the leaves, again, kind of like some of them just fall right on top of it and look as natural as possible. And with that, we'll be done with this one, guys. Another beautiful one. I think this is a close second for me. Let me know in the comments, though, which one is your favorite or which one you think you would want to recreate. I know these are all very inexpensive. All right, guys, so this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you are visiting for the first time, I hope you consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. And if you are returning, as always, thank you so much for coming back. I'm going to have a playlist here at the end with tons more of inspiration. Check it out. As always, guys, have a blessed day. Be careful out there, and I'll see you later. Bye.